First of all, Vashti's response reveals that we should beware of the invitations that we entertain. Would you say that with me? Say, beware of the invitations that you entertain. As in the Queen's case, we can rest assured that at some point in time, we'll be summoned to come before the king, and in some cases, bearing only our royal crown. We'll be called to stand before the intellectually impotent and the spiritually bankrupt. And we must beware of the invitations we entertain so we don't fall victim to a false sense of promotion that stems from our need to be recognized. We cannot be enamored with celebrity status and with wealth and with name recognition. Every invitation is not worth accepting and should be scrutinized thoroughly, or we too will be put in the position of appearing naked before the king's court. The most shameful moments of all are when we are stripped naked and exposed before the gawking eyes of a watching world. Even the King of Glory, even Jesus, came into this world as a naked newborn, and he died on a cross stark naked. He knew what it was like to be stripped bare of all glory and exposed in shame. Adam and Eve must have felt that way after the glory was exchanged for naked shame. The world and the church is full of people who have accepted the wrong invitations and been stripped bare physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So you have to understand that for a Jew to be stripped naked before the eyes of the gawking public was the ultimate humiliation. It also added to the torture of crucifixion, as swarms of flies and mosquitoes would cover the victim's exposed body. An ancient prophet foreseeing Christ's crucifixion 700 years before speaks for all Jews when he says that the crucified Messiah was one from whom men hide their faces. And we turn our faces away because the reality is too shameful to behold. Sisters and brothers, accepting the wrong invitation can expose your darkest secret. It can reveal your weakness. It can cause the development of habits that you can't break by yourself. How many accepted that first invitation to smoke this and sniff that and never could come back from that without the help of the Almighty? Accepting the wrong invitation can yoke you to folk who will use and abuse you. Accepting the wrong invitation will open you to scandal and shame and disgrace. You've got to beware of the invitations that you accept. You can't go everywhere that sounds fun. You can't trust everybody that seems like they're nice. You can't date every brother that has swag. You can't date every sister that looks like a dime piece. Beware of the invitations that you accept, because the enemy will have you exposed before a media-saturated public to bring reproach upon your Christian witness and to bring you to an open shame. Oh, you've seen it. Those who accepted the wrong invitation embarrassed before a watching nation. The celebrity athlete exposed as a fraud because he used performance-enhancing drugs. The spouse who's been caught cheating. Don't tell me y'all don't watch Cheaters. The parents who embarrass their children by cajoling them to perform in front of guests, or the husband who jokingly puts down his wife at the dinner party, or the bosses who put employees in situations where their weaknesses are exposed, or the church lady who undresses others through her gossip that's cleverly disguised as a prayer request. Y'all ain't gonna help me preach in here today. Every one of us has had those awful moments when, like the woman caught in adultery, we've been dragged into the public square by self-righteous sadists who delight in exposing others. You've got to beware of the invitations that you entertain.